did you notice?
I felt like the macro section was like speeding up a little bit.
Did anyone else notice that? The macro section sped up a little bit? Yeah, so I agree. It was a little bit, there's a point at which where when you push too far, you'll break it. And you didn't do that, but you were close.
It felt uncomfy.
Okay.
And I just like, I don't know. So I just kept going. I was like speeding up, but I was like, if I slow down, it's going to slow down a lot. And then I did that.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start 2 before C. Da, 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 da. And I want you to experiment with how far ahead or behind. You know what I mean? Like just mess with how far ahead and behind you are. React to what you see.
Okay.
If she slows you down, if you feel like she's slowing down enough that you need to slow down, then do it. So that she knows how much leeway. Because there's like an area in here. It's kind of vague. So if she goes too far, then she'll break it in either direction. So let her figure out what this little gray area is. Okay? Da, da, dum. Da, 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 dum. She like kind of just, and it felt better, didn't it? Yes, okay. So that's why practicing with somebody else is so important, because when you conduct, it sounds great in your head, but nobody's responding to your gesture that way, right? So that was much better. The only thing I would say about that whole section is I think all of you can do this too. You can even drop the left hand, or you can do something phrasing with the left hand. This is a good opportunity for silly conductor tricks with the left hand, you know, like da 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 da. Where I don't know where your phrase goes. That's where mine goes, but you can do something with it. Okay. So it's important to make sure that when you finish the crash, boom, that comes really fast. And it feels a little terrifying because it comes so fast. So you have to make sure that you're ready to transition to that right after that simple crash.
I sang it in my head, and then my hand is like, oh, we missed it.
It happens every year, all the time. So let's have you go from the beginning again. And I want you to be a little higher, just in terms of your playing. It's a little low. Okay. Show me where it was before.
It was like
it wasn't quite that low. It was pretty low. So we would have to kind of decide, are we going to look at her hands or are we going to look at her face? And what you want is to be between those things, right? So if I'm going to cue Haley in the back there, I'm going to go probably a little higher for her. If I'm going to cue Brian, I may be a little bit lower, right? So you can move your plane around, but your standard was just low. Okay, try from the beginning. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, stop. Yeah, good. That's better. I like the height better. Was it easier for you to follow? Yeah, I think you'll like that better when you see that on the tape. The next thing that you all have to work on, faces. You got to make some character decisions about this. So, what does that sound like to you?
Nice, light, bouncy. I tried to do eyebrows the first time, but then when we just did it the second time, I was just like straight.
Okay, so it's light and bouncy. So everybody do this with your eyebrows. If you think it's light and bouncy, that might be a good choice. There are other things it can be. What else could it be?
I kind of like to think of it as like Pleasant Rose, like that type of same like manner and attitude about it.
So pleasant and delightful. Yeah, I agree. I think that's great. Addie.
I think of it as like a dangerous adventure, so kind of like a little bit of mystery involved, you know.
That's good. I mean, that could be good. Anybody else have something? it's kind of playful. It's almost like a, you know, like a kitten, like batting at something. You know what that looks like, right? When a kitten's batting at something. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what it feels like to me. So just be thinking about that. The only other thing I would say is for all of you, write those character words in your music and figure out what your face is going to look like during them. Because I might actually say when you're up here, tell me what you think this section sounds like. What's your adjective? And then you're going to give me an adjective, and I'm going to say, how would you look like that? I mean, I can tell you that that is going to happen. So it would be better for you to be up here and be prepared for that than to just, like, you know, fly by the seat of your pants. Okay? Katie, you've been going first.